Everybody, for 7 here, and welcome back to the Arena Productions with a review of Visions of Mana. The long series that belongs to Square Enix came out in 1991 in the Game Boy with the name Final Fantasy Adventures, and later they become the Mana series. This game is very influenced by games such as Final Fantasy and Persona as well, because what they do is each game is a different story, different characters, but they keep elements from the series. And for example, some of the monsters are basically the same from the original one. The elementals, which are like the summons, they are always the same with the same names. This is one is blended. They literally don't change their design. The design is basically the same during all of the series. When it comes to this game, let's see what we think about it. Does it have a bright future, or will it be blind to success? So guys, when it comes to the story of this game, I really liked it. But there's some things that wasn't that good, because I don't know, when it comes to the story, I really can't spoil a lot, because I know Burley's gonna show up and choke me. Oh, hi Burley, thank you very much. I won't spoil it, because it is a fun story in a sense, but I don't want you guys to go on and not have fun with the story, because there's some twists, there's some turns, but that sometimes the story gets a little bit of simple foreshadowings that you know that's gonna happen, because this story is very influenced by other Square Enix games, mostly the golden era of Squaresoft. If you're old as me, you know what I mean. And yeah, there's a lot of inspirations in those stories, and despite the fact it is a fun story for people like me that's been playing this game for a very long time, it took the fun out for new players that don't know these stories like I do. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna have a blast with the story. The world is amazing in this game. It's very bright, it's very lush, because sometimes RPGs, the further you progress, especially when the tone of the game is a bit darker, the world gets a little bit more green. This case, this game doesn't do that. Everything is beautiful everywhere that you travel. It makes you want to go around and explore the game. You want to see every nook and cranny of this world. It is beautiful, and let's be honest, considering that the winter time is coming and people are going to be stuck inside, I think this game is very good to have your explorative senses on test. You have different types of transport in this game. The first one is the wolf that works like a horse, and this is fun. But you can't do what you do when you're walking. That's something that we'll leave for last, because it is interesting what I want to do. Then you have, instead of a ship like most of the wrong button, I messed that one up. Instead of the boat that you usually have on the normal RPGs, you have something different. It says the fairy flute, but it's not a fairy itself, and we'll see it now. And this is one of the things that annoys me in the world on the game. It takes these loading times, because sometimes you have to travel a lot, and yeah, but you ride a different turtle-like creature that you just saw, and you could just go around, and the animation is quite funny. It's you can laugh a little bit with this one. The thing is, the world gets a little bit boring like this, because the travel, you just travel like this, and there's basically it. But we'll go back to the moors, because we will talk about some stuff that I want to do there, so you guys can see it. But that's the sea travel, and of course this is again this transport, and the next one, which is Flammy, are a staple of the Mana series, because in everyone, all of them, you play. Like, you have this small creature here that accompanies you. It's story related, and you just use the Flammy drum, and then you realize that this little creature is actually the sacred beast. Oops, no, that's not a spoiler. No, it's a transport. It's if you know the series and you use this creature to fly, again you have the animation, And yeah, again, it gets a little bit boring because you just travel around. You see, just travel around. No, there's nothing to do here. So yeah, let's go here, this area here. And what I wanted to show you guys is on foot, because this game has something interesting. It has elements of Metroidvania. Okay, what I want to say like this: Metroidvania, as you know, you pass by an area, then later you acquire some powers, you go back to the original area, and you can access new areas, new items. And we have the same situation with this game, which I really liked. As you progress through the game and you get more and more elementals, you will unlock things on previous maps. And as you can see, you see those blue circles. Those were things that were unlocked. For example, the Elemental of Darkness was one of the last ones that I unlocked. Okay, I don't think this is a major spoiler. I think you know, and there you go. So basically, what happened was, and this is why I like to go on foot. You have the verticality. You can do a lot of stuff, and like I said, the elemental vessel was the last one. The Elemental of Darkness was the last one that I unlocked, so I can get this item. And then here, there is a chest up there, as you can see. I couldn't get there before, but now because I have the Elemental vessel of the Elemental of Darkness, he's gonna unlock this part here, and I just go like this, and I use the elementals to traverse and open the chest here. What I really enjoy with this world, you can use you go back to exploring everything and use the items that you acquired on your journey to get new items and new stuff. When it comes to combat, it can be very simple or very hard. So let's start. Basically, you do the combat, you have the square and triangle, you can do the combos like that. Then you can press the R1 and activate the magic. And of course, as all RPGs, of course, you can, well, use abilities. In this case, let's go with this character here. And let's use this ability, which is called Enfeeble Plus, which makes magic attacks, everything lower on your enemy. So this is the crux of it, very easy. And then you have the class strike, which is like, let's say a limit break. And you use whatever character you want. They all have their own specific attack regarding as well as their classes. And the classes system is one of the most fantastical ones that I've played. I think world and the combat system is top tier in this game. What's different in this game is not the gear itself, because the gear, you basically, it's the classic RPG elements. As you progress, you get better gear that gives you more attack and magic attack, and you buy and get better outlook here, and you get better gear that improves your defense. You also have the abilities here. For example, this one doesn't have, but this can influence the way that you play the game. For example, if you want to have a more magical team, more focus on MP, this seed here is the go-to. Recovers 100% of HP for the entire party after winning the battle. Why? Because then you don't need to heal when you finish the battle, and you can save MP for a different combat. But then you can go with like this one, Stonework grants a 5% attack of petrifying an enemy when a normal attack hits. For example, that's perfect right now for Karine, because her vessel is the fire vessel, and she's like a monk, you know, she uses her fist, so she does very fast attacks, so the chances of getting that 5% is much better. The elemental vessels, you equip them and they change statics. The class of the character, in this case, I'm the Divine Fist because she has the fire elemental. If I go with the wind elemental, there's a transformation like your Power Rangers, but only the first time. You become a dancer here, and it changes the stats. As you can see, I gain more magic attack and more defense and more magic defense when I change to the dancer. If I go back to Divine Fist, I will lose all those defensive abilities and get more attack and strength. So that means you can do all the combinations that you want with your characters. You can have, let's say, you can have Val as the tank one because he has the big shield. You can have Val as the tank, and then you can have, let's say, Karine with, let's go with this one here, with the Conjurer. She's more magic adept, and she does have magical abilities because if we go to the moves, as you can see, she has here the Healing Light and the Revivifier. She's my healer basically. Despite the fact that I like to use as an attacking option, she can do healings. What you do is to get new moves is basically this. You go to the elemental plot and you just improve everything. As you progress through the games, you'll get a EP, which is that little crystal, the dark crystal that I unlocked when I was showing you the world. Those gives EP, and then you can use. And then as you progress and you use, let's say, at the moment she's with the wood, she's not very evolved. But let's use all of our points here. So basically you just unlock everything, learn to summon the goblin, lowers all enemies attacks and stuff like that. You see, you just get these abilities, and that's how you get new attacks that then you can go back to the gears and skills, go to moves, and just introduce it to your arsenal, let's say like that. Let's see, we can take Cyclone out and we can say, let's put Blazing Focus. You can change that. Now you can use a fire attack when you're playing. Personally, I'm gonna go back to Cyclone because I like it very much. And yeah, that's about the combat system, how it works. It becomes very unique in a sense because you can do all the combinations that you want in this game, which diversifies the combat elements and doesn't make the game boring. I honestly kind of understand why the game wasn't a bigger success, but at the same time I don't understand why the game wasn't a bigger success, because this is a very fun game. When it comes to the story, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's very influenced by the Squaresoft games, from a long time ago. And if you're from the same time as me, you'll be playing the game, oh, this is from this game and this is from that game. You will understand all of those things. So yeah, I do understand that for me it's not the biggest hook in this game, but for a new player it's going to be a very fun story if you're not into as many RPGs as I am. When it comes to the world, look, wintertime is coming. I think this game is a great gift for wintertime, because you'll be stuck in the house, especially with the cold. Like, I'm lucky to live in a place I can go outside on winter because it's almost summertime for around the world, but some people have to be stuck inside because of blizzards and whatever. So this is a very fun game to do some exploring. And my example is during COVID, I was stuck at home and I was exploring Greece in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it really helped my mind clear. So this is a very good explorative game, so I really suggest you should try it out. Then the combat, I think the combat is really fun. You can do all your combinations that you want to do. It's all very good. And because I'm not that good with editing, I'm just gonna give you my my rating for this game. So it is a 6 out of 10. I really suggest you should try this game, but buy it on a lower price. I also want to thank Burley for that little cameo, for showing up at this video, making it extra fun. Leah for helping me edit this video, and of course Expat for doing a great job of posting these great contents that we do. So be sure to leave a like, a comment, hit the bell icon. You know, all those good things that make us grow here on the Arena Productions. Especially follow so that you can join us on the Arena podcast. It is great fun, almost at 200 episodes, and we would really love to have you there. So guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.